Hey guys, it's Izzy here, and today we are doing very specific book recommendations. I don't have an exact number that I'm going to do just until it feels right, you know, go with the flow. I am going to apologize that you guys can hear the fan in the background, but the heat index last time I checked, which was about an hour ago, was 107. That's Fahrenheit, and I'm not filming without a fan on. We're not doing that, so please bear with me. This is probably going to be a very fun video to film just because of how hot it is. So let's get into it. So I will leave a link down below with the prompts, so you guys can check this out and follow along and maybe give your answers in the comments down below. So let's go to the first one here. A book that makes you question your own existence. There's been plenty of them, and just so many that have changed my outlook on life completely. Same with music. I'll listen to a song and I'll just be like, whoa, that song just did that. But I'm going to go with The Actual Star by Monica Byrne. This just shows how everything is connected, and that, yeah, we can go through thousands of years, but everything that happens, even the small little things, are all connected. So 2, a book that makes you feel uncomfortable in a good way, but it's also beautifully written. I don't know what it means to be uncomfortable in a good way, so beautifully written book. I don't know, that made me feel uncomfortable. White Fur, I guess. Some of the scenes were just so explicitly sexual, and I'm like, why? But I really enjoyed the book. So a book that feels like a trip to a local coffee shop in Paris. I read a book called Paris, and it was just basically a love letter to that city, where one, so you know, when you open a book there's 2 pages. One would be in English, one would be in French, and I don't remember the author, but I think the last name was Green. So 4, something that you could quote to impress your English teacher. Should be or not to be is the question. I don't know. I don't memorize quotes. That's not really my thing. So 5, good main character becomes bad as the book goes on. So do they mean the character turns evil, or that, like, it's bad as in poorly written? I mean, who comes to my mind is Daenerys Targaryen, but I feel like that is just kind of starting in the books, but we're gonna go with Daenerys. Favorite translated fiction? Ooh, anything by Fredrik Backman. His books are originally in Swedish, and obviously I read them in English because I do not know a single word of Swedish, sadly. So 7, books where the protagonist is so flawed but you can't help but love them. Ooh, we're gonna go with Daisy Jones. I keep thinking of the TV show, and the book is tons better than the TV show, but yeah, I think none of those characters are perfect, and it makes you love them because they're so human. A book to read, or books, but we're just doing a book to read in summer while sitting in the sun in a little dress eating fruit. Ooh, we're gonna do like Ellen Hilderbrand. Summer of '69 is my favorite one by her. As you can tell, it just is about the summer of '69. All these siblings, how they're all going down different paths, and it's set mainly in like Nantucket. No, I hope it was Nantucket and not Martha's Vineyard, but I've never been up yonder to those islands, but I do think that is like the perfect summer setting. Okay, 9, a book that makes you feel like you're staring at a Renaissance painting. A really fitting choice for this would be the Medici trilogy by Matteo Strucco. This is another translated series that I really enjoy, because the Medicis are like the godfathers of the Renaissance, so I do think that's the choice to go with. So books to get into Japanese literature. I haven't really read any Japanese literature that I can think of, so I can't really answer that question for you. But yeah, we see several popular Japanese authors there. So fast-paced books. Ooh, fast-paced. My bookshelf is over here, so that's why I'm looking. I don't really like fast-paced, to be honest with y'all, but I do like short chapters. This is difficult. I'm gonna have to stand up, guys, so bear with me here. Fast-paced, ooh, because as I was saying, I love a good 800-page book, so fast-paced. Basically, when I want fast-paced, I go romance, and I go sometimes young adult, so I feel like those books are very easy to read, so therefore fast-paced. So 12, books that feel like walking around the city during midnight when the world is quiet. It's an eerie feeling to me. I'm going to go with The Price Guide of the Occult to the Occult. I don't remember the exact wording there. So a book that makes you feel like, okay, I don't know that song, so I can't tell you. A book that your teenage self cried over for days. I don't remember if I was a teenager, but I was like, I think I was on the cusp of being a teenager, but definitely Mockingjay, and then The Fault in Our Stars. Who didn't cry over that? 15, a book with the writing that feels really beautiful, but you had to reread to actually understand. I can actually say the book I'm reading right now, which is The Bloody Chamber by, the last name was Carter, I don't remember the first name, but I am constantly having to go back and reread the paragraphs. I'm like, this is really good writing, but I really need to focus because it can just go right over your head sometimes, because like it's so beautiful, but you're like, okay, what is this actually trying to say other than just being lyrical? So books written through letters. It says preferably gay. Ooh, I actually do know one for this, if we even want to have gay involved. And what is it called? What is it called? It was one of my favorite books from last year, and it was like a father and son exchanging letters. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. I can see the cover in my head, but I can't remember the name. This is really, really bad. Hold on, we have to scroll through my Bookstagram for this, because this was a great book, and it did make me emotional. How we were talking about like sad books earlier, or books that made me cry for days. I don't think I actually cried, but it was an emotional book. Okay. It was Don't Cry for Me, and we're talking about crying, by Daniel Black. That one, definitely recommend. So 17, a book that feels like a fever dream. We're going to say Bunny by Mona Awad. Honestly, like, what the bleep was that? A book where the protagonist reminds you of yourself. Rebel Robin, that is a like Stranger Things book about the character Robin, and honestly one of the most relatable things I've ever read, and she's one of my all-time favorite characters. The best short story, I'm just going to say a whole short story collection, and that is Florida by Lauren Groff. Love, love, love her writing. Books you'd recommend each other, so I'm not doing this with somebody, so I can't really say. But a book that I'm going to recommend to you guys is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. So a book so dark academia that makes you want to run away, change your major, and join an elitist uni. I'm not a huge dark academia person, to be honest with y'all. I know that's such a popular aesthetic or whatever, or trend, but I have to go with the like #1, and that is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Love everything else I've read by Donna Tartt, but I did not like The Secret History, and it's probably her most popular one, so that is like kind of a shocker. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's see, what kind of emoji should I make y'all use? We kind of won't. Let's do a pencil, because we were talking about academia and you're usually having to write when you're in school. So leave a pencil emoji if you made it all the way through this video. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!